Hey friends, welcome to Invited Back with Sabbath Kapahu. I hope that wherever you are today, as you're listening to this, you find joy and peace along the journey. Not necessarily because it's easy or fun, but because we have a source of peace and joy even in the hard, and maybe especially in the hard. Life is such a journey. And that's what I want to talk about today. And my inspiration for this week's podcast comes from perhaps an unlikely source, but a book that I have been reading this week and actually really enjoying. The book is How to American by Jimmy O. Yang. You might know him if you've watched Silicon Valley, which is a sitcom, and I'm pretty sure that he was in some episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He was in Patriots Day, and I really actually enjoyed his book. It was hilarious, as well as full of some experiences because we're similar in age. So the things that we experience, as high schoolers in a certain time, there's lots of solidarity there. And also, there is some parts of his Asian American culture and heritage that I could definitely relate to, being married into that, but also because my dad was an immigrant and he was a first generation immigrant to America. So all of that to say that the thing that I wanted to talk about today is the goal. And there's a quote that he said that stuck out to me that I wanted to share. He said, "We only realize the goal wasn't the prize when we get there." Let me say that again. We only realize the goal wasn't the prize when we get there. This really struck something in me today. I think because of the season that I'm in. It's a season of dissecting and introspection and really looking at what my goals are and breaking them apart and rebuilding them. And I think especially in the culture that we're living in the technological age that we live in, we have an expectation that our goals should look a certain way, and the way that we're going to achieve them has to look like ABC or XYZ. And because there are so many people around us and we can see into the lives of people from across the world just at the click of a button, it feels like everybody's doing it. But I love the idea that he had said, it wasn't a quote that he said from someone else, but this is just something that he realized after he had achieved a goal that he had been working on for so long. We only realize the goal wasn't the prize when we get there. This week, I was doing some activities with my kids, and one of them was I filled up these little cups of water and placed them inside a big baking pan. And I filled each cup up with food coloring and gave them droppers, that you use to get medicine. And I let them each have water time. And so there was a yellow, and there was a red, and there was a blue, and there was a green. And we took the opportunity to talk about primary colors and secondary colors and warm and cool colors, because that's what we do, right? So my son, he's 4. Everyone else had a chance to use water. He said he wants to play water before him, and he'd been waiting. And so when you first put the food coloring in and you mix it around, it's vibrant. And it's so full of joy, and it's fun because it's new and you have this color. And then you start to suck the water out into the dropper and you start to mix the colors. And then you're having fun and you're playing, and all of a sudden you get a color that is not so vibrant anymore. It's kind of dark and it's hard to identify, and it's not as fun to look at. And he's like trying to take the water, the color out of that specific cup and put it back into the vibrant colors. But I was telling him literally the words that came out of my mouth were, you can't unmix the colors. And something struck me as I was talking. How many times does that happen to us, where we start out with something so vibrant and so beautiful? And then the more work we do, the more emotion, the more experience, the more other humans that we mix in, it starts to become something that we don't love to look at, something that's hard to identify, and we want to try and pull out the good again, but we've already mixed everything up. So finally I told him, you can't unmix, but you can dump it out and we can start again. And what freedom there was when we could just dump out that thing. We had worked hard for it and it was fun while it lasted, but it was time to get rid of it. And we dumped it out. We had reached the goal, so to speak. And then we started again, because the goal wasn't the prize once we got there. And we had to reset and set a new goal and start again with something vibrant and clear and colorful. So friends, this is my encouragement to my own heart and your heart as well. Dump that out. I know you've been working hard at it and the journey was fun, wasn't it? It's really about the journey. It's about those little fine motor skills of pressing the dropper and sucking the different colors up and trying to figure out how you can be creative in all the different ways that you can mix and create. And you come to a point where you've done all that you could, and then it's time to dump out and reset. And this is my permission for you to do that. My hope is that you don't feel stuck in that color, in that mixture of whatever it is that you've been working on for so long. That was really fun and exciting at the beginning, but maybe it's not like that anymore. You're not stuck there. It might be a little painful to let go of. It might take some work to get back to whatever clarity and clean slate, but it's absolutely doable. And you're not alone. I'm in this space with you, and it's exciting and it's vulnerable and it's inspiring and it's a little terrifying, but we're not alone. Until next time, aloha.